Greetings, Dallas Mavericks fans. Today I bring you 3 incredible pieces of news about our team. Stay tuned until the end of the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share your opinions in the comments. Let's get started with the first news. Mavericks looking to dump recent first-round pick to bring back needed veteran. Mavericks exploring trade options for Olivier Maxence Prosper to clear roster space. Dallas roster crunch forces team to shop 2023 first-round pick as Dante Exum's signing remains in limbo. The Dallas Mavericks find themselves in a familiar position this offseason. Roster construction complications that are forcing difficult decisions about young talent. According to NBA insider Mark Stein, the organization is actively shopping Olivier Maxence Prosper, their 2023 first-round selection, as they work to create the necessary roster flexibility to complete previously agreed-upon moves. The root of Dallas's current predicament stems from their inability to officially re-sign guard Dante Exum, despite reaching an agreement nearly 2 months ago. The holdup isn't financial, it's purely a numbers game. The Mavericks currently lack open roster spots, creating a domino effect that has left multiple transactions in limbo. The Prosper experiment. Prosper, selected 24th overall in 2023, arrived in Dallas with considerable promise as a high-energy wing with legitimate 3-and-D potential. The French forward's length and motor were immediately apparent, qualities that made him an intriguing developmental prospect for a Mavericks team always searching for versatile defenders who can stretch the floor. However, 2 seasons into his NBA journey, that potential remains largely unrealized. Prosper has struggled significantly from beyond the arc, connecting on just 26% of his three-point attempts through limited playing time. For a player whose value proposition heavily depends on outside shooting, those numbers represent a concerning trend that has apparently caught the attention of Dallas's front office. The timing feels premature to many observers. Prosper is still just entering his 3rd season, and his defensive instincts and energy have shown flashes of NBA-caliber impact. Yet with Dallas boasting a deep frontcourt rotation and no guaranteed minutes available, the organization appears ready to cut bait on the young prospect. Strategic considerations. The Mavericks' goal in any Prosper trade is clear: create roster space without taking salary back. Ideally, they'd prefer to extract some future value in the form of second-round picks, assets the franchise desperately needs given their limited draft capital moving forward. Currently, Dallas owns just 2 future second-rounders, one from Philadelphia in 2030 and their own selection in 2032. Second news. 4th-year guard faces crucial season as Mavericks navigate Irving's absence. Dallas faces backcourt crisis with All-Star sidelined until late January. The Dallas Mavericks find themselves at a crossroads as they prepare for what could be a defining season, particularly for 4th-year guard Jaden Hardy. With Kyrie Irving sidelined following a devastating ACL tear suffered against the Sacramento Kings in March, the Mavericks are desperately searching for answers in their backcourt rotation. Irving's injury, which will keep him out until late January at the earliest, has created a massive void that Dallas must fill through committee. The team will look to veterans D'Angelo Russell and Dante Exum, along with Brandon Williams and undrafted rookies Ryan Nembhard and Miles Kelly to handle primary ball-handling duties. However, the more pressing question remains: who will replace Irving's elite scoring production? Enter Jaden Hardy, the former 5-star recruit who bypassed college basketball to play with the now-defunct G League Ignite before being selected 37th overall in the 2022 NBA Draft. After 3 seasons primarily coming off the bench, Hardy may finally have his opportunity to prove he belongs in a significant role at the NBA level. The 23-year-old guard showed promising signs last season, averaging 8.7 points while shooting an impressive 38.6% from three-point range. With the Mavericks lacking perimeter shooting options during Irving's extended absence, Hardy's long-range accuracy becomes even more valuable to Dallas' offensive scheme. While Hardy has demonstrated flashes of playmaking ability throughout his young career, his biggest area for improvement remains ball security. If he's going to see increased minutes at the point guard position, limiting turnovers will be crucial for maintaining his spot in the rotation. The timing couldn't be better for Hardy's development, as the Mavericks' core consists primarily of veteran players outside of rookie sensation Cooper Flagg. This creates an opportunity for Dallas to invest in young talent like Hardy, particularly if they're committed to building around Flagg for the future. Competition for minutes won't be easy, with players like Max Christie vying for time at the shooting guard position. However, Dallas' lack of depth at that spot means Hardy could easily earn expanded playing time if he seizes the opportunity. For a franchise looking to balance immediate competitiveness with long-term sustainability, Hardy represents exactly the type of player they need to develop. His combination of youth, shooting ability, and untapped potential makes him an intriguing piece as the Mavericks navigate this challenging period. The verdict is clear. If Hardy can improve his decision-making, maintain his three-point efficiency, and provide consistent scoring off the bench, he could find himself in the biggest role of his NBA career. For Mavericks fans hoping to see their team remain competitive despite Irving's absence, Hardy's development may be the key to keeping their playoff aspirations alive. This season will ultimately determine whether Hardy can evolve from a promising prospect into a reliable contributor for a championship contending team. The stage is set, and now it's time for Hardy to deliver. Third news: Mavericks banking on Brandon Williams to fill massive guard void in 2025. Fourth-year guard thrust into spotlight as Dallas navigates early season challenges without Kyrie Irving. The Dallas Mavericks find themselves in a precarious position as the 2025 season unfolds, with franchise cornerstone Kyrie Irving sidelined until January or February at the earliest. This devastating blow has forced the organization to dig deep into their roster, placing unprecedented pressure on an unlikely candidate, fourth-year guard Brandon Williams. With Irving's absence creating a gaping hole in the backcourt, the Mavericks face a harsh reality. The recent trades involving Luka Doncic and Quentin Grimes have further complicated their guard rotation, leaving head coach Jason Kidd scrambling to piece together a functional offensive system in the brutal Western Conference. A journey from undrafted to opportunity. Williams, now 25, has traveled a winding path to this pivotal moment. The former four-star recruit from Crespi High School in Encino, California, once drew the attention of Sean Miller's Arizona Wildcats program, where he posted respectable numbers: 11.4 points, 2.8 rebounds, and 3.4 assists per game in the competitive Pac-12 conference. Despite his college production, Williams went undrafted and initially signed with the Portland Trail Blazers before bouncing between the NBA and overseas league. His persistence paid off when Dallas took a chance on him ahead of the 2024 season, where he quietly began developing into a more reliable contributor. The numbers tell a story of growth. Last season proved to be Williams' most consistent NBA campaign to date. Appearing in 33 games with 3 starts, he averaged 8.3 points, 2.3 assists, and 1.8 rebounds while dramatically improving his field goal percentage from previous NBA stints. While these statistics might not jump off the stat sheet, they represent something far more valuable to the Mavericks: steady improvement and reliability. The organization has attempted to address their guard shortage through other avenues, signing undrafted rookies Ryan Nembhard and Miles Kelly, along with veteran D'Angelo Russell. However, banking on rookies to handle the league's most demanding position presents obvious risks, and Russell will need capable backup when he inevitably requires rest. A make-or-break moment. For Williams, this season represents the opportunity of a lifetime. Never before has he been asked to carry such significant responsibility, but with limited alternatives on the roster, the Mavericks have no choice but to lean heavily on his ball-handling skills and basketball IQ. The stakes couldn't be higher. In a loaded Western Conference where every game matters, Dallas needs Williams to evolve from a role player into a legitimate third-string option capable of running the offense effectively. His ability to step up could be the difference between the Mavericks staying competitive during Irving's absence or falling behind in the playoff race. As the season progresses, all eyes will be on Brandon Williams to see if he can rise to meet this unprecedented challenge and help keep Dallas championship aspirations alive.